El Retiro Park, Madrid, Spain. Located near the center of one of Spain's most thriving cities, El Retiro Park does exactly as the name promises, offers a place to retire from fast-paced city life. Originally created for the country's royalty, today locals and tourists alike can enjoy the beautiful gardens that are, literally, fit for a king. The central lake is a picturesque lagoon, crowned with the breathtaking Alfonso XII monument, a grand pillared crescent complete with numerous life-size statues. Exploring the grounds, you'll stumble across the Rose Garden, a vast walkway of statues and even a muster of beautiful peacocks that hang out in the Jardins de Cecilio Rodriguez. However, don't forget to keep an eye on the sky in this area, as the birds are known for swooping down from the above trees. Made famous as one of England's premier music venues, Hyde Park is a must-see attraction, whether you're there for a concert or not. Set over 350 acres, the combination of green spaces, monuments, outdoor activities and local nature make it the perfect destination for the whole family. The park is also home to some of London's most important monuments. The Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fountain is located in the center. Alternatively, the nearby Kensington Gardens, made famous by Peter Pan, hosts art installations from prominent British sculptors. Speaker's Corner, in the northwest of the site, is a notorious public space where speakers from all walks of life can share their ideas and beliefs. Often described as the Central Park of Paris, these iconic gardens are regularly seen on TV, film and in works of photography and art. Their long chestnut groves blaze orange in the autumn and provide much-needed shade from the summer sun. Originally donated to the children of the city by Napoleon, it's now a favored spot for Parisians and visitors of all ages. It's impossible not to be caught up in the romantic mood of the park. One of the best dates I've ever had was spent wandering its ornate terraces, with traditional Punch and Judy shows, a carousel and horse rides on offer. It's also the ideal family destination. Even if you're just passing through on a business trip or city break, you have to take a moment to enjoy its enchanting charm. Villa Borghese, Italy. Rome is home to some of the most iconic sites and buildings in the world. Considering this, it's understandable that the majestic Villa Borghese often does not receive the credit it deserves. Spanning 80 hectares, there's so much to do here that I recommend dedicating an entire day to the trip. For nature lovers, the biopark is a true highlight, showcasing life of all kinds. This botanical garden has so much to see. If you're looking for a more authentic Roman experience, then the Villa Medici and Galleria Borghese showcase classic Renaissance architecture and Italian artwork. Parkville in Barcelona. Gaudi's stamp in one of the defining feature of Barcelona, the modernist architect combined his love of nature and geometry to create a visual aesthetic that today has become the symbol of this famed Spanish city. Gaudi created Parkville in the early 1900s, first opening it to the public in 1926. The breathtaking intricacy of his sculptures and mosaics are perfectly intertwined with Spanish nature, to create a park like no other in the world. Wandering his beautiful creations is like entering a dreamland. The cherry on top of the experience is the breathtaking view across the city offered by the park's main square. Brussels, Belgium. This stunning city park only exists thanks to a spontaneous decision by King Leopold II in the late 1800s. He decided that the site, which then housed a busy neighborhood, would be flattened to make room for a Montana des Arts. Unfortunately, the project was a slow starter and the space remained empty for many years. It wasn't until 1910 that an important event in the city forced the commission of a temporary garden. Today, this last-minute provision is a much-loved part of the city. It offers avenues of fountains and flower gardens, alongside the monumental staircase that has since become its most iconic feature. The impressive grounds are reason enough to visit the park, but the spectacular views it offers are equally magnificent. The gardens provides one of the best vistas of Brussels that can be found, so don't forget your camera. Berlin is awash with fascinating and unique parks. The most popular is Tiergarten. In the heart of the city, during the summer, this park is one of the most popular favorite to while away the hours, as it's always alive with activity. For first-time visitors, there are a few essential stops to check off: the famed memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe, the Reichstag Parliament building, and the Brandenburg Gate line the eastern edge. The western side is home to the city zoo, numerous restaurants, and the park's beautiful lake and canal system. Be sure to look out for events taking place, as the venue hosts celebrations throughout the year. Stockholm's charm comes from its location, situated on an archipelago in the southeast of Sweden. The collection of islands rivals Vienna and Amsterdam for its picturesque waterways and riverside parks. Just out of the city, Drottningholm Castle is a must-see landmark, with vast grounds that provide visitors with one of the more breathtaking city park experiences in Europe. Spanning 1,400 acres, the park has expanded over time. The intersection dates back to the late 1800s and is comprised of luscious tree avenues, decorative fountains, hedge mazes and long stretches of green lawn. The outer circle of the park came later, but its spectacular combination of canals, bridges and open grass are well known for unmissable vistas. The grounds are also home to the Chinese Pavilion, an Oriental-style structure gifted to the royal family in 1770. Hungary, quickly becoming one of the most popular destinations in Eastern Europe. Budapest is such a hit because it has something for everything. This wide variety of enjoyment and activities is also evident in the city's most impressive park. With so much on offer, it's advisable you dedicate a whole day to exploring. Vondelpark Castle stands at the center and provides an iconic view from all angles. The impressive structure was built in 1896 as part of the celebration for 1,000 years as an independent Hungarian state. Across the river stands the famed Széchenyi Baths, one of the best examples of the city's thermal spa culture. With naturally heated waters, it's the ideal way to relax after walking the expansive lawns of the park. There is also a zoo and the Museum of Hungarian Architecture to visit. Zurich, Switzerland. When you think of the word park, you imagine luscious sweeping fields and wooded hillsides. However, Switzerland's capital city has taken the concept to a whole new level. As one of the best examples of urban green spaces in the world, the park is comprised of vertical steel structures, each intertwined with a myriad of trees and plants. The impressive structure is built around the bones of an old factory, masterfully upcycled into a true work of art. It's mesmerizing to sit beneath the canopy and shut out the city for even just a few moments. Boasting over 104 species of plants, the site has won numerous international awards. Despite this, it's still a well-kept secret that hasn't yet been tainted by large crowds. Dublin, Ireland. This 354-year-old national park is one of the main attractions for visitors of the Irish capital. It's currently home to the President's House and headquarters for the police service, but the surrounding gardens have endless surprises and jaw-dropping sights. Animal lovers will be filled with glee at the free-roaming deer herds. Plus, the outside zoo is home to almost 100 different species. If you're interested in exploring the city's history, then the Viking Cemetery and the Wellington Monument are essential stops. Alongside this, Ashdown Castle stands as the oldest building in the park. For those who enjoy more adrenaline in their adventure, be sure to head down to the Motor Alley track, which hosts an annual race event. Athens, Greece. This vast limestone mound is one of Athens' defining features. Located on the outskirts, it provides spectacular views over the city that has long been known as the cradle of Western civilization. Covered with soaring pine trees, it's a perfect way to get out of the main city and enjoy the sights of Athens from afar. You can spend a day hiking up the mount, or there's a cliff railway if you'd prefer not to exert yourself. Once at the top, the attractions are numerous. The Chapel of St. George crowns the hill, and there are many restaurants to enjoy a classic Italian meal. However, By far the main lure of the hill is the stunning open-air theater. As great outdoor celebrations have long been a tradition in Greece, it provides a perfect spot to soak up some local culture. Both native groups and international artists headline the stage, including Black Sabbath, Massive Attack, and B.B. King. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Since it was established as the epicenter of the hippie movement in the 1960s, Vondelpark has been a lively outdoor community area that is enjoyed by locals and tourists alike, celebrating the Dutch love of cycling. The best way to explore is on a bike. The many paths will lead you around the lakes, trees, and art that characterize this natural paradise. Throughout the year, there is always plenty to do in the park. Yoga classes are a common occurrence, and the open-air theater hosts festivals, dance, cabaret, comedy shows and children's performances. There are also many high-quality cafes and restaurants where you can grab a bite. Although the park boasts over 10 million visitors per year, you can always find a quiet spot to relax and enjoy the nature. Lisbon remains one of the most underrated cities in Europe, and the Parque Eduardo 7 is one of its finest attractions. Its prime location offers panoramic views of the Portuguese capital and is a local favorite spot for relaxing on warm summer evenings. The vast stretches of green space also make it ideal for festivals and cultural celebrations. If you're lucky enough to be in Lisbon between May and September, be sure to attend one of the free jazz concerts. It will be the highlight of your trip. The venue has such a welcoming and friendly atmosphere that it's the perfect spot to strike up a conversation and get to know some new people. Lithuania. Tucked away in the Baltics, Lithuania remains one of Europe's most beautiful hidden gems. With a rich history, the capital city of Vilnius tells an important story through its architecture, culture, and people. Nowhere is this diverse past celebrated so perfectly than in the Bernardine Gardens. Originally created in the 18th century by local artist, Władysław Strauss, the recent renovations has renovated the gardens to their former glory. The riverside paths, beautiful fountains and central square are all identical to their original pre-war versions. The botanical elements of the park also hold an exciting history. Among the various awe-inspiring species of trees, the garden is home to 3 of the oldest oaks in Vilnius. The eldest dates back an impressive 300 years. The park also has a modern twist. The musical fountain in the central square is an exciting attraction that plays both classical and modern tunes.